Hello everybody and welcome to something a little bit different. Today I am trying my first tier list video and we are going to be ranking none other than the recent LTMs via the Shadows patch. If you want my honest opinion on the LTMs, I'm going to be honest, most of them, they felt less like limited time modes like the previous End Times and Dragon's Call. Those felt like limited time modes. These felt more like Overwatch custom games. And that's not entirely a bad thing, but not every custom game is created equal. So we are going to rank all the LTMs and we'll see how this goes. I wanted to try my hand at a tier list video as a sort of in-between from like a normal gameplay video and a scripted video. So sort of a little in-between. And this is my little tier maker tier list. If you want to do it yourself, I used modified versions of my thumbnails. We'll go into here so you guys can see it a little better. And I'll actually have some gameplay in the background. Maybe I'll put this in like the corner or something. This way it's not just a boring video of you staring at a screen. So our first LTM was Aerial Assault. This is where you played as Eevee, Maeve, and Willow. You had increased jump height, like massively increased jump height. And I think there were... No, there weren't lowered cooldowns in this mode. It was just the increased jump height, and it was on Onslaught and TDM. This mode, I liked it. Did I like it that much as an A tier, though? See, like an S tier would be, I definitely want to see that game mode come back. A tier is, I would prefer if that game mode came back, but I wouldn't be too sad if it didn't. B tier is like, I don't really care either way if it's scrapped or comes back. C tier, I would prefer it not come back, and F tier, this mode should not come back. Yeah, Aerial Acrobatics, it was B tier. Maeve and Eevee were really fun to play. I think Maeve was the best champion in this mode by far. Willow was completely garbage in this mode. Like, the whole gist of this mode is being able to hit your air shots. And for Maeve and Eevee, you get like 800, 850 damage, respectively. And for Willow, you just hit for 500 damage. It's nothing. I mean, you could camp inside. If you had Foreman's Rise, you could camp inside the point and get like a cluster of seedlings in there, but it just... Willow really sucked. If Willow was replaced with someone else, like maybe Vatu would have been really fun in that mode, since he was a new champion and everything. But yeah, Eevee and Maeve, very fun, very useful. Willow was complete garbage and kind of held the mode down for me. Next up, we have Target Practice. I'm going to be honest, I did not like this that much. It was Shaolin and Strix versus Eevee and Willow. There were lowered cooldowns, and you played on Onslaught. If you played Strix against Willow, you just won. If you played Shaolin against Eevee, you just win, because Sandtrap is so good. If you play Willow against a bunch of Shaolins, you just win. It felt very team dependent. Whichever team had more of what countered the other, that's how you would win. There was a lot of spawn camping in this mode, so not my favorite. I did play this game mode with when I did that collab stream with Daddy Mouse, and we had Andrew Chicken with us, and that was a lot of fun then. But by yourself, oh god, it was rough. I didn't like it. Next we had Leaping Dead. This was Pip versus Terminus. You had, I'm sorry, Pip and Terminus. It was two teams of Pip and Terminus. There was lowered cooldowns on their leaps, so the Weightless on Pip and the Shatterfall for Terminus, I think it was like a 3-second cooldown each, something like that. And it was on any map, so you could get it on Siege, you could get it on TDM, you could get it on Onslaught. Leaping Dead, it was okay. It was alright. I think the team with more Termini would usually win. You still needed a Pip or two to keep you healed up, but typically whoever had more Termini would win. It really wasn't anything special. It was just like Pip and Terminus. That's it. Yeah. And then next up we got the... what was this thing called? Seriously Serious Shooter. Something like that. I hated this. I did not like that mode at all. First off, the champions you had, it was Victor, Tyra, Octavia, and Kanessa. In my opinion, some of the most boring champions in this game. And one thing I really didn't like about it, the whole shtick with this game mode is there was no out-of-combat healing regeneration, and instead killing someone would drop a health pack, like a Moji Snack attack. Actually, it was a Moji Snack attack. It was 900 healing, I think. It sucked. It sucked. You go out of combat, you survive an onslaught, and you're like, okay, where's my out-of-combat healing? It's not here. Not here. And I titled that video, "This feels like a discount Overwatch," because it really does. You're relying on health packs, you don't have a healer. All these, like, DPS, I didn't like it. I struggled to get videos for that. I'm sorry, I struggled to get games for that video. I'm surprised that one was actually my most viewed, I think. Yeah, I did not like it at all. And then next up we have Wildfire, which was Grover, Inara, and Willow versus Drogos, Fernando, and Tyra on Brightmarsh. You would start the game with a lot of credits. This one I feel like I can't fully review because I only got to play on Team Forest, which was Grover, Willow, and Inara. Because when I went to record this game mode, the PTS went live with Ray, and I was just like, yeah, that seems way more interesting than this game mode. So I'm putting it in C tier. Did I like it better than Target Practice? See, it kind of had the same problem the Target Practice had, though, because my first game, which I didn't upload in the video, I played as Inara, and I was the only Inara on my team, and I was against, like, 4 Drogoses and a Tyra. I just got lit up. That was not fun. And then we had another game where we were all Grover against all Drogos, and we just won that easily. So, much like Target Practice, it depended on what your team was running versus what they were running, kind of like hard counter-esque. Which, not my favorite type of gameplay. Yeah, I'm going to put Target Practice above Wildfire. I think Target Practice was more fun. Next, we have Bunker Buster. I'm putting it in S. This was one of my favorites. This was a team of 5 ROMs versus... God, I can't speak. This was a team of 5 ROMs versus Barrick, Ash, and Fernando. The idea was you had Team Shield versus Team Shatter, and it was on Warder's Gate. I always forget the name of that map. And you did start with a lot of credits, so you would rush Wrecker on ROM, you would rush Morale Boost. It was so much fun. It was pure chaos. I had fun even when I was on the losing team. I really enjoyed that mode. Next, we got Hide and Seek. This was Strix versus Strix. You had infinite stealth and lowered cooldown on your flare. The idea is you hide and you seek. You put out the flare and you try to engage in those sniper battles. I like this one. I'll put it in A tier. I wouldn't mind if that came back. It was fun. It's kind of a nice aim trainer if you're not really used to snipers. And the concept works. I do think the concept could be taken further. Like, I thought of an idea where you play a Skye, like normal Skye, normal cooldowns and everything, but you can't fire. You can only generate your ultimate. And maybe, I don't know if the Paladins team would be able to, like, change the team size to have a team of 1 versus a team of 9. Like, 9 Skies versus, I don't know, like, Victor or something. And the only time they could fight back is with their ultimates. Besides that, they have to hide and seek. It'd be pretty fun. But this hide and seek, it was also very enjoyable. And then last up, we have Knock Knock. This was Ash and Bomb King. This is the most recent LTM. It might actually still be going at the time this video was uploaded. But you had reduced damage, lower cooldowns, and massively increased knockback. And this was on the Throne map. So it was so easy to get environmental kills. This was my favorite one so far. That was a lot of fun. It was silly. It felt different from a normal match of Paladins. My one little nitpick, which I did mention in the video yesterday, is on Throne, there's this little section where you can get stuck on the invisible walls. So if you just camp there, you won't fall off as often. But it was just so much fun. It's like, oh, I got 3, and then whoop, you're off. You hit the wall. You hit the wall, and then you're bouncing all over the place. God, I loved Knock Knock. So, yeah, we only had 8 LTMs this patch. I'm not sure if we're getting 8 new ones next patch. They did confirm 2 new ones, which was like No Limits from Overwatch and some kind of like Lex versus Andro, which I'm willing to bet is going to be really boring. But I'm not sure if they're going to be recycling these. If they do, I hope we see Hide and Seek. I hope we see Knock Knock. I hope we see Bunker Buster. These bottom ones, I wouldn't mind if we saw aerial acrobatics or leaping dead, but these I don't really care for. Am I good with this list? Am I good? Knock knock, bunker buster, hide and seek, aerial acrobatics, leaping dead, target practice, wildfire. Alright, y'all, so that is my tier list for the LTMs in the Shadows patch. What do you guys think? Do you agree with this list? Would you change anything? I am going to link the website for this tier list, so if you want to make your own, you are more than welcome to. You could share it on Twitter if you want. And what do you guys think of this tier list video? I don't know, it might be a little out of my element. I'm not really good at keeping conversation by myself. But I would love to do more tier list videos in the future, although with those I would probably do it with a friend, and we would probably do something like 2 Onslaught players rank every champion's passive or champion's ultimate. Like, we would break it down into silly stuff like that, and I think that would be more enjoyable, like a back and forth. But this is kind of me dipping my toes into some tier lists. I know a lot of Paladins people do it, and hopefully this was a little bit of a unique take. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna head out. Have a good one, and peace.